Hey everybody, this is Zach with Buildbox. In this video, we're going to take a look at some of the top games in the App Store. So let's check them out. So I'm going to go to the App Store. I'm going to scroll down to the top free section. So I can see Rolly Vortex is still at number 1. Homescapes is now up to number 2. That game is really pushing hard. And it looks like Flipmaster went down a little bit. I don't know if any of you played that game, but it's actually kind of fun. Ballz Shooter is now number 8 in the top free games. That's one of the games that I wanted to review today, so let's check out that game. Because it looked really similar to the game Ballz by Ketchup, and I wanted to do a little bit of research. So this game is put out by Estity and Ketchup. And wow, okay, cool. Yeah, this looks really similar. Okay, so let's quickly take a look at this UI. It's got the information button in the upper left-hand corner. We got the basics, sound button, game center button, a coin shop so you can purchase other balls, and a review button. Those are pretty standard. Two biggest buttons on the screen are the play button and the share button. So they're really pushing for you to either play the game or share it with a friend. This game's UI looks very similar to the Ballz UI, which is another game put out by Ketchup. So let's actually compare them. And just as I was looking, I noticed that both of the game icons are also really similar. So again, yeah, the UI looks very similar. You've got the two main buttons. You've got the play button and then the rate button there in the center, and then you've got the 4 buttons underneath. They're a little bit different. The buttons don't do the same thing, but it's still a very similar setup, which is interesting. So these games were created by 2 different companies, but Ketchup pushed them both through. So they must be thinking, well, the Ballz game did so well, so let's go ahead and double down on Ballz Shooter. Okay, so the main difference with this gameplay is that you do not have the ability to choose your direction as readily. You're not able to just click the screen and then drag and point which direction you want to release the balls. You actually are at the mercy of the cannon moving back and forth. So you really have to be good at timing on this one, because not only do you have to place the balls in the right direction, but you have to do so before all of the objects break the dotted line barrier that's close to the cannon. So if any of those blocks or objects or triangles, because there's a whole bunch of different shapes on this one, if any of them cross the dotted line that's closest to your cannon, and it'll start blinking as the objects get closer. Yeah, see how it's blinking all of a sudden now? So as soon as those cross the line, you're done. So it creates a sense of urgency that Ballz does not have. Ballz is very turn-based, turn by turn, and it's all shifted down. So it's a little bit more calming. It doesn't create such a sense of urgency. So the game over UI is also really similar. They have no buttons in the upper left-hand corner. You've got the coins in the upper right. It tells you your score, your best score, and it gives you a big old restart button and a main menu button, which in my opinion is a little bit like, what's the point of having a giant main menu button unless you really want the player to go back to the main menu and do something. You know what's also interesting is if you look on this, you see the Facebook button in the bottom left, that changes from time to time. It could be Instagram, it could be Facebook, it could be something else, but I noticed that button doesn't stay the same. And there's also the button on the right where you are able to take a screenshot and share it on different forms of social media. But this is a great takeaway because it's a classic example of model and improve. Estitoy must have seen the game do really well and decided to model and improve after the game and approach Ketchup with something different. And Ketchup was doing so well with the game, they're like, heck yes, let's double down on this. And I think it's really interesting that these games were made by 2 different companies, but Ketchup pushed them both through, probably because those games are doing really well for them right now. You can see that Ballz Shooter has now made it past Ballz and is now number 8 in the store. So might as well take advantage of it. So I'm really excited to show you this next game because it was made by a really awesome Buildbox developer named Simon Crack, and his games always have this awesome aesthetic and a really polished look. It also serves as a perfect example to show you what a simplified UI looks like. So let's open up this game called Maisie. So this game was put out by Galactic Thumb and Dead Cool. Dead Cool is Simon Crack's game development company, and Galactic Thumb is this awesome publisher that I'm starting to see more and more of. So this is what I'm talking about when I'm talking about a simplified UI. You've got just the title and then a play button. There's nowhere else that you can press on this screen that is a distraction. You're just jumping into the game immediately. And the one thing that you do have to do is you have to select which level you're on. So looking at this next section, you have the left and right scrolls on the bottom left and bottom right, and you've got a game center and options, and then you got the different levels for the A world, the B world, the C world, and the D world. So the controls work like this. You tilt left and right by pressing on the left side and by pressing on the right side. So you're constantly just spinning the maze, and it's kind of like a teeter-totter. So you collect the little green donuts to get a full score on the level, and then you collect the orange objects so that it opens up the exit so you can actually complete the level. It's pretty clean. It's a really simple design, and taking a look at the colors here, you've got this very light gray on the outside, and then you've got for the walls and for the barriers on the inside of the maze, you've got a little bit of a darker, more saturated gray, but it's still not too saturated, still pleasing to the eye, and then you have white inside of the maze. So it's a very, very clean look. And there's only a few buttons on the very top. You've got the back button, back to the worlds. You've got a skip button where you can watch a reward video so you can skip to the next level. And then you've got a share button so that you can take a picture of the game and share it on social media. But here's something else that I really wanted to show you, because this is also super key to Simon's design, and I think it works really, really well. So when I move this ball and I complete this level, I'm only going to have one option, and that's to keep playing. So watch how this happens. So I go down, I complete the level, and then you get to this screen. And all it is it's a little happy face. Hey, you beat the level, and it says A15, that's the level you're on, and you just beat it. And then there's the play button, because that's all I want to do is just keep playing the game, right? There's no more distractions. There's nothing like that. And that's why it works so well, and it's a very, very good model. So I really love this game, and I love showing this game to you as an example because Simon Crack is a really experienced Buildbox developer, and he made these UI decisions with certain strategies in mind. So you have to remember that when you're building your game, think about where you want to direct your player, and you don't want to overload them with a bunch of distractions. This is a perfect example of that. So this next game was not a game that was on the top of the App Store. I just remember seeing this ad for this game and just seeing it and thinking, oh my god, that's awesome. It's like golf to the extreme. It's so cool. So just checking out the main menu UI, it's got a big old title screen, it's got a normal mode and a speedrun mode, and it's got a couple buttons on the bottom. There's the standard information button, options button, game center button, and kind of a cool feature, a record button. So you're able to record yourself while you're playing the game and then share the video on social media. So let me go ahead and play this game and show it to you because I think it's rad. So it's got a couple worlds here. It's got Grass Islands and Sunset Hills. I'm on Grass Islands still. I think Sunset Hills is pretty hard. So I'm just going to choose number 4 as an example because I haven't gotten a gold medal on that one yet. So you go into World 4 and here's the deal. If you make it into a hole, you get a silver medal, but if you make it into a hole and you pop a balloon at the same time, then you get a gold medal, and so it's awesome. So looking at this one, I'm going to have to jump off to the right, try to pop the balloon, and then shoot back and try to make it into the hole. Let's see if I can do it. Dang it! I could only make it into the hole. Getting the balloon at the same time is really hard. You have to be really good. So I'm going to try this one more time just because I think I can do it. Yes! Got it. So that was just a fun game that I thought was pretty cool, and you should check it out if you're like, I'm a fan of golf, so extreme golfing seemed like a pretty cool twist. Alright, so that's it for this game review. I hope that you liked it. If you thought these videos were useful and you want to see more videos like this, then please like this video and subscribe to our channel.
Like and subscribe.